Now back here once again at the welcome window, and we go to look at a new project. Now we've looked at our presets already, but let's click on the Custom Settings tab up here. I'd like to take a moment and talk about aspect ratios. You can see here under the video area that it talks a bit about aspect ratios. Basically, an aspect ratio is the ratio of the width to the height. So videos and still picture frames have a frame aspect ratio. A pixel that makes up a frame has a pixel aspect ratio. And it's important to know that the ratios can change from the different cameras to the different video standards that are used. Now, Premiere will automatically do its best to compensate for the pixel aspect ratios in your files. But if that clip still seems distorted, you can go in and mess with it manually to try to compensate for that. So a frame aspect ratio describes the ratio of the width to the height in the measurements of the image. So your DV NTSC, for example, has a frame aspect ratio of 4:3, or 4 width by 3 height. Widescreen will typically have a frame aspect ratio of 16:9. Sometimes reconciling these within one project can be a little bit tricky. You may need to take one, for example, in order to fit it and change it to a letterbox kind of format. Now looking here at your pixel aspect ratio, I'm going to click on the drop-down menu just a moment here. Your pixel aspect ratio is the ratio of width to height in a single pixel in the frame. And they can vary because of different video systems and so forth. For example, many computer systems will define their video standard as a 4:3. So the ratio of that frame is 640 pixels wide by 480 pixels high, and that gives us a square frame. But video standards such as the DV NTSC defines a 4:3 aspect ratio frame as 720 by 480. So you can see there's a difference there in the width, which means we're going to get a rectangular frame. Now the good news is that Premiere Pro doesn't leave us in limbo wondering. You can always see the clip's pixel aspect ratio next to the clip's thumbnail right there in the project panel.